is coming, but God said it's a new season. And besides that, Jesus said, these work that I do, you're going to do even greater works. Right. That's why I know greater is coming. And this is our season. This is our time. I thank God for our visitors, these powerhouses. I call them powerhouses because God don't make no mistakes. And it just so happened that our path crossed on a job. Crossed on one job, then it transferred over to another job. God, I just kind of moved around and hitting and missing, you know. And I thank God for these men of God, and they helpmate. I thank God most of all for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, my own beautiful wife, my helpmate. But I often tell these men, they already know God is dealing with them, and they some awesome men, I tell you, because the word that God has resided in their hearts. I don't know if you heard what the songstress sung about greater is coming. If you believe it is coming. And see, God called family first of all because it represents Christ in the church. See, family is the highest covenant on earth given to man because it represents Christ in the church. And that's where ministry starts. That's where it begins. And also where it ends. Because when we go out there in the battlefield, we still got to come home. Come back to our own sanctuary. I thank God for these men of God. I thank God for Pastor Spurman, my own brother. Great is coming. Don't look at your condition. Yeah. Just stay in your position. Remember who he is. Because a lot of folks forget about who he is. It ain't about what we think about it, how we feel about it, or what we perceive about it. It's what God said about it. Right. And that's all that matters. Right. Whether you believe it or not, it ain't going to take away from what he said. And I guarantee you, if he said it, it's going to be just what he said. Come on, y'all came right on time. There's two people called. Family called me right before I got here and told me, a Spanish brother, that God had. I met 3 years ago. Forgot where I met the brother, and he brought his family last week. Beautiful family. They felt so welcome. They said they were going to make the state church home. But he called me and said, when I first met him, I told him he was a pastor. He said, ain't the only one told him that. I'm just hearing speaking what I hear, no more, no less. I can't call you to nothing because I ain't got no power, nor do I got an authority. All right. I just tell you what I hear in the spirit. Now, you better ask God to open your ears so you can hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. And we look at our own means. When I think about them ones that God had called, Jesus called. All of them begun to say, oh, not me. We go all the way back to Genesis. Everybody begun to make excuses why they couldn't because they're looking at their own ability. Don't look at you. Look to the hills from which comes your help. All right. Our help coming from the Lord. I couldn't be nothing that I am today until I adhered to his voice and obeyed his call. That's the reason I stand before you today, none other, to him be the glory, the honor, and the praise. I thank y'all for coming out because, see, God is an awesome God. I know they've been telling me they're going to come. I thank God for you, brother, because we often talk. Only we truck drivers. We out there in the field, man, everywhere I go. I was all at the car place yesterday getting a tire fixed. I don't need this platform because wherever I go, I erect a platform. I ain't just preaching to y'all in here. I'm preaching it all over the land because he said these works that you see me do, I'm going to do greater work. You know why he can do greater works? Because he can take each one of us individually and take us all different directions and do that work. Amen. To him be the glory, honor, and the praise. Again, I want to just get back. Y'all don't know. Y'all right on time. See, because me and my wife, we just obey the Spirit of the Lord. People come in here, they'll spit across this pulpit. Y'all preach a word to you. They want to feed you spiritually, but half of them really want to feed you natural. But me and my wife, we was up cooking for the church last night. Y'all made it on time. Y'all invited her if she want to come, but she ain't got nothing else to do. See, we ain't just speaking the word, we're living the word. We're a demonstration of what Christ intended for the church to be. See, a lot of folks talking about it, but ain't nobody being about it. Oh, they'll come up here and preach you sinning, ask you for all your money, but ain't nobody going to take you to their house and feed them. The Bible said they went from house to house breaking bread. All right. That wasn't only spiritual bread, that was natural bread too. All right. How are we going to say we got this love and we got all this abundance that God don't bless us and we don't want to bless nobody else. I love feeding folks. See, I want to give you a little natural food just to woo you in. Because when I get you, you're going to be like that big mouth ass, I'm going to hook you. I ain't playing. This is real with me. He gave me another opportunity, and I'm trying to tell everybody. Because I want you to be partakers of it. God intended for us to be partakers. He intended for us to be greater. I thank God again, giving him all honor and glory. But y'all welcome to come and eat with us. Thank God for my little baby. I've been asking Vincent about my baby. I call her Fantasia. I call her Fantasia. That little baby right there, boy. I tell you, God's going to take these babies. He's going to use these babies if we don't get up and do something. Hey, I got no man. But anyway, before we get into the word, as always, I always like folks' heart to be receptive. So I try to get people in an atmosphere where they can hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to the church. I never prepare sermons because I don't preach sermons. I speak messages from God directly from His throne. So every Sunday morning I get up, don't none of these babies know what I'm going to preach about because I don't even know. But God is not only a God of revelation, He's also a God of confirmation. Amen. Deacon come in, he play all the songs, they go right along with the message. That's just God. That's just God. We are many members, yet one body. And all of us play a part. And I thank God for everybody that He's chosen to be a part of His body. But I ask you to be receptive and just listen at the words of this song, because the church has forgotten about who He is. I told them last Sunday we don't forget about what took place at the cross. See, we forget about many things we need to meditate on to put us in remembrance. That He's bigger than your lust. Whatever it is that you might be going through, know that God is bigger. See, in Malachi, He said, I'm the Lord, I change not. See, when we don't try to bring God down, God ain't changed, y'all. He's still the same God. He's still bigger than anything on all this earth. But we, the church, have brought Him down, saying that He ain't bigger. The church is so messed up today. See, I deal with the church because I'm part of the church. That we say that what God said don't have any power or authority at all. So you telling me that if God sent His Son to die for the sins of the world, that He ain't bigger? That same Son that He rose on the third day, that same Son that He said that without the shedding of blood there is no remission of sin. We got some people in there that have been delivered from tonight. Because God is greater than all that. Because we was all bound in one shape or another. But God, who is bigger than the universe. Well, look here, boy, I tell you, Sister Mary, my wife be on time. Girl, you must could smell when we cook. I tell her she always show up on time. Oh, you know it's chow time at the house. I'm going to feed you here, but I'm going to take you home and feed you a little natural food too. God is bigger, y'all. And God is trying to get His people ready. Because what's coming, we're going to have to know Him. Like the Hebrews know Him. Right. The Hebrews knew about their God through a word called empirical knowledge. Empirical knowledge is personal experience. See, once I really got to know Him, I know He's bigger than anything. He was bigger than my crack habit. All right. He was bigger than my heroin addict. He was bigger than my embalming fluid addict. He was bigger than my sex addict. Because He's bigger, y'all, than all the earth. And God wants the church to go back. See, that's the problem. We don't forget about who He is. We looking to our own means, our own understanding, trying to understand it from a natural or counter state of view. God is bigger. God is an eternal being. He is the all-sufficient one. the self-existent one. There is none that made him. He was there from the beginning, will always be there, because he's bigger. He's the one that when the earth was void and didn't have no form, he spoke and made some things happen. He's still that same God. But in order for us to really know him in his power, to really know him in his glory, sometimes we got to go back and take a glimpse back. We always let folks take us in teaching the history of the world. Where we come from, our ancestors and all that. But it's deeper than that. See, don't nobody want to go back to the history of the Bible from where we all came from. See, I want to take you back today as the Lord permits. See, because we need to know and realize that our God is bigger. And the only way you're going to know him is bigger than your ability. I couldn't even speak well. Couldn't read past a third grade level. I'm telling you about me and what I've experienced. That's why I know he's bigger than all that. Shouldn't even have a mind. But God was bigger than all my bad decisions. Because he had a plan and a purpose for my life. He created us with purpose. He didn't create us for hell. He created us to have fellowship and communion with him. And to have dominion over the whole earth. Right. Because we don't know who he is, we walking beneath our privileges. People say, well, that first Adam messed us up. Oh, yeah, he did. By one man's sin, all have been made sinners. Hey, but I thank God for the second Adam, Jesus. I tell folks, I don't work from the sweat of my brow. That's when the first Adam got us and took us down there to the easy pond and hawked us off at 24-hour punch out. Yeah, devil, you can have them. But the second Adam came back and said, what you gonna take for that? He said, oh, the price is high. It's gonna take your omnipotent blood to get these old people back. He said, you got a deal. Meet me down there on that hill called Calvary. That's where he bled and died for our redemption, our salvation, our sanctification, and our justification. So you need to know that your God is greater than anything that you might be facing in this life. How do I know? Because I read the book. I think about Peter, John, and all them when he called them. How they thought that they couldn't do it because they were looking at their own ability. Because they didn't know that God is bigger than them. That's the same God that created them in their mother's womb. And he said, before I formed thee in a belly, I already knew you and ordained you to be my prophet unto the nation. I was scared. God said, go start a church. I said, who? Me? I don't know nothing about no church. God said, I said, go start a church. I tell this testimony because it's real. When you don't do what the God that's bigger than the universe say, he'll shut it down. Clean, lock up. I'm a truck driver. Couldn't get no job. Why he said to me, baby, I got it. Don't worry about it. No, I'm the head. I supposed to have it. But when I said yes, Lord, wholeheartedly, them doors open back up. The Bible says, if God shut a door, can't no man open it. He said, but when he opened that baby, can't no man shut it. Oh, I'm so glad I obeyed him. I tell folks I'm a billionaire preacher. Don't I look like one, y'all? Look at old Vincent and his wife out there. They look like $1 million preacher. I'm the $1 billion preacher. Look at Kevin out there and his wife. They look like $1 trillion preacher. But I'm a $1 billion preacher because I got the keys to the kingdom. I know he's bigger, y'all. I got a personal, intimate relationship with him. And I come because I want everybody to know about their God and what he designed for them. In order for us to do that, we're going to have to quit trying to look at God like he's a man. The Bible says in Numbers 23 that God is not a man that he should lie, not a son of man that he should repent. Has he said and will he man, because he ain't no man. God is an eternal, self-existent one. And I'm going to tell you about this God. He's not an ordinary being. He's an extraordinary being. Now let me take that back. An extra, supernatural, ordinary being. See, a lot of people don't know about words are very powerful. And when you go in depth in that word, God will show you you. He's going to show you that right there in that Bible. Just get in the book, I dare you. Then when he shows you, it's going to be like you're looking in the mirror. Oh yeah, this is me, I got to obey. But our God is bigger. All right. Let me tell you this little something about extraordinary. An extraordinary supernatural being. Extraordinary is something that goes beyond the norm. It goes beyond, see, it can go beyond anything that you might be facing in this life. It can go beyond the boundaries of whatever you're bound in. I'm going to tell you about this God. He's extraordinary now. He's bigger. Extraordinary. I went to the Webster and I was going to break down the extraordinary. Oh, it's in the Greek and it's in the Hebrew too. I'm going to tell you what it means in the Greek and the Hebrew because I studied the book. Not coming here and show y'all because I need to know it for myself. I'm going to show y'all something, man, if I don't know nothing about it. Extraordinary. It's something that's very unusual. This is not usual, y'all. It ain't something that's usual. Extraordinary is something that's very unusual or remarkable, exceptional, amazing, astonishing, sensational. These glasses back on. Incredible. Phenomenal. Outstanding. Oh, these words right here can't even begin to describe this God that's bigger than the universe. See, that's what the Webster had to say about it. Now let me take you over here and show you what the Hebrew had to say about it. It's someone that brings extraordinary things about. There's someone that deals marvelous in difficult situations. Make a difficult situation a possible situation. See, this God that I'm talking about, oh, he's extraordinary, I tell you. He can take any situation and turn it around. I don't see some of the biggest, baddest, strongest people. I don't see God break them down to the lowest common denominator. Speaking of myself too, because I thought I was big, bad, man, jam. God broke me down like a double-barrel sawed-off shotgun. Had snot, tears running everywhere. Because he's bigger, y'all. A God that do wonderful acts. A wonderful works. A God that do mysterious things. A God that's able to do something that seems unimaginable. Because he's bigger, y'all. Think about it. This is the same God that created the stars, the heaven and the moon. This is the same God that spoke when the earth was void without any form. He ain't changed, y'all. He's still here. But we don't forget about who he is. And God said we need to remember that he's bigger than anything we could ever imagine. Jeremiah chapter 32, as you have your Bibles, verse 17. Jeremiah has something to say about this God that we need need to be reminded of, because we forget about who he is. See, I'm going to tell you, ain't nothing too hard for God. I had a 60-year sentence, and he showed me that he was bigger than a penal institution. Didn't have a wife nor a child. But he told me that he was going to give me 3 children. My wife's scared right now, y'all, because she know the God I serve is real. Gave him my first daughter name. I didn't question him. Didn't he have a wife going through a divorce? Told me her name. Told me she was coming forth because he's bigger. And I heard his word. I grasped his word and I held on to his words. And it wasn't long before I was holding a promise. Because I believed that God that was bigger than the universe was able to do what he said he would do.
All right.
I didn't question him. I didn't doubt him.
That's it.
I just believed and received what he had to say to me.
All right.
And I waited on the promise. They tell me, Adasa, mama couldn't have kids. I got to take care because God wants us to remember who he is. We so caught up in this world system that we believe anything the doctor tells us. Believe anything a man tells us. But when it comes to God, we don't want to believe nothing what he says.
Say it for yourself.
They said I spoke that baby into her. Now God spoke it, I just believed it. I ain't got no problem. I ain't the God that's bigger than the universe. I ain't the God that spoke when the earth was born and it became formed. I ain't the God that spoke and made light and darkness and he separated it. I'm just a man that simply believes that this God who is bigger than the universe would do what he said he was going to do.
All right.
And because I did, I tell you, this is a true story. I used to rub on a docile mama belly. And I proclaimed what God said. I said, I know you ain't that because God said it. She'll push my hand like, boy, you better go on. My wife do that now. I said, come on, Abraham. She, man, quit talking like that, man. Quit talking like that. That's what my wife would tell her. I'm just crazy enough to believe that he's bigger, y'all. I dare you to believe him and trust him. He wants us to know that he's not an ordinary God. He's an extraordinary God. He takes an impossible situation and brings about miraculous miracles in people's lives. He's still a miracle-working God.
All right.
He ain't changed, y'all. What's going to change is the people believe in faith in their God. God said, just know that I'm bigger. Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 17. Let's see what Jeremiah had to say about his child. When you get to say amen.
Amen.
Hey, I can feel old Jeremiah. Jeremiah said, oh, Lord God. He said, oh, Lord God. Lord and God, all capitalized. Oh, he knew that he was bigger, y'all. He said, oh, Lord God. Behold, thou hast made the heavens and the earth by thy great power, and stretched out on, and there is nothing too hard for thee. Jeremiah knew him the way that I know him. He knew this God. And I believe that the way that he got to know him was the same way that the Hebrews got to know him, through empirical knowledge. That means personal experience. All of us got some personal testimonies of what God done for us.
All right.
So we really know that he's better. But we question him at times that we go through things. He's bigger, y'all. Just hold on to his promise, which is his word. Because I guarantee his word ain't going to fall to the ground. If he don't proclaim it, it's going to surely come to pass. Jeremiah said, oh yeah, I know he is. Reminded about Jesus, y'all. I'm just laying a little foundation. We're going to get in the word because I got to take you back. Because God wants y'all to remember who he is. And Jesus was preaching understand this God that I'm telling you about today. How extraordinary he is, how big he is. And that was this man, and this is in Luke chapter 18. This man who came to Jesus, and when Jesus was preaching, y'all know how we is. We do a little something, we think we all right. This is a rich man, y'all. And he said, what must I do to gain eternal life? Jesus was going to take him back to the law. Honor your father and your mother. Obeying the 10 Commandments. That man said, I've done all this from my youth. Jesus said, what you like in one thing. See, don't nobody want to do this. He said, go sell all you got. Give away all you got and come follow me. That was too hard for that man because he was rich. See, you got to understand this. See, we think it's all about money. When we ain't willing to give up everything, wife, children, family, for the kingdom's sake, he said you're not even fit for the kingdom. See, it said, what should it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So this man said, oh, this hard thing you ask, Lord. Go give away all my money. See, I don't mind giving it away. Because he's bigger, y'all. Oh, and he got a bank in heaven that's bigger than any vault on earth. And the more I give, the more the bank vault is open till then. People say, how you keep getting all this money? Because I heard his word and I obeyed his words. And he's bigger than anything. And whatever I need, God got it. I ain't got to look to the means of man. I go to work. Most time I'm on a job, it's because God got me there for the people there. It ain't to make money because God is my source. He provides me with money. He's the one paying them bills over there. I tell folks all the time, everything I got is because of the Lord. Because I obey him, y'all, with everything that's in. But this man, like some of us, God said, he told Abraham, get thee from thy kindred. Don't nobody want to separate from your family. Everybody trying to stay with the family. You ain't going to stand with the family. You're going to stand alone. God say to deny yourself and pick up your cross and follow him. In order to live, we all got to die. The cross represents death. Don't nobody want to die, but everybody want to live. Just like don't nobody want to obey the God that's bigger than the universe, but they want access to the votes in heaven. It ain't going down like that. I'm here to give you that news. Because the only thing God is obligated to act on is his word and them that walk by faith according to his word. But in Luke, they were going to say, Jesus told them this is more easy for a camel. Now y'all know how big a camel is. With two humps in its back. Like some folks walk around here with their humps in their backs. What I mean by that, I'm talking about them demons on their back. They don't want to give them up, Jack. We listen to this song, sometimes I got to give up some relationship. Everybody want the dividends of heaven, but don't nobody want to obey the principles of heaven. God ain't going outside his word because he's bigger than that. And he was telling me it's more easy for a camel to go through a needle. But y'all know, we was brought up the old way. My mama told us how to sew, cook, everything. She was old school. Well, that was the most hardest thing, to get that little piece of thread to go through that needle. He says more easy for a camel to go through a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Because where a man treasures is, that his heart going to be awesome. All right. I'm storing up treasures in heaven, y'all. That's why I go in and out. And I try to take some folks with me every now and then. Come on, let's go over here and get some of this money Daddy got. Take folks out and get cars and everything, because I'm not looking at the things that go on the credit system or nothing else. The house I got is because I believe God's word. God got people, he used people, places, and things. All right. He has people in places to get things done for his people. And I act by faith. He said, the just shall live by faith. By faith. We are sons of the Most High God. We are entrepreneurs. We are the people of God. He said we the head. We just heard that preached last week. God told us to choose who we're going to serve. He said, I set before you this day blessings and curses. Blessings and curses. God put it there before us, but it's up to us to hear it and obey it. Don't think you're going to get nothing for God as you. He said we got to be hearers of the word, but doers of the word. But they were saying, man, ain't nobody going to be saved then. Because they knew what a camel was, they knew what the needle was too. But Jesus in Luke 18, he said, Jesus said, the things which are impossible with man are possible with God. It might be an impossible situation with man, but remember, God is bigger than the universe. God is bigger than the stars and the sun. God is bigger. I don't care. They talk about homosexuals can't be saved. If they get in this line and let me pray and talk to the God that's bigger than the universe, and they believe and receive the word of God, they can be delivered by the word of God. Because God is not a man. He's bigger than that. So we got to quit trying to understand God from our natural current state of mind. And remember that he's bigger, y'all, than anything that can tear us apart. They say, what can separate me from the love of Christ? All right. Ain't nothing can separate me, family, nothing else. I don't lost some family members. Hey, I'm not playing. I know who's bigger. He's bigger and he's better. Had an elder here that you say your arm's too short to box with God. Elder boy. And it's true. Your arm's too short to box with God. Because he's bigger, y'all. Mark 9:13 says, Jesus said unto him, if thou canst believe it, all things is possible to him that believe it. Right. Now let me tell you, see, I always like to let you know what was going on when these words were spoken. There was this man that came to Jesus that had a son that was demon possessed. And every often now and then the devil would throw him in the fire, throw him all on the ground, have him foaming at the mouth and everything. They got all this stuff around here. These are spirits. They telling these kids they ADD or whatever they call it. They were just chilling. They gonna act like chilling. They gonna behave. They acting. Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. You ADD or whatever you call it. Yeah. So they want y'all to put these babies on that medication and all that. I don't play that. No, that devil is a lie. You see what I'm saying? But this man had a son that was messed up. And they had went to the disciples for the disciples to cast this demon out. But they couldn't cast it out. Jesus said, them kind come out by fasting and prayer. Sometimes we're going to have to push the plate away for some of these demons that we're dealing with in the church. You got more folks in the church bound than in the world. Coming up in there, singing their songs, doing their little dances, leaving out just like they came, worse than what they came in, because they don't pick up some more demons along the way. People run the big churches to hide out. But guess what? God is bigger than all that. And he said, guess what? Come out that corner, you can't hide. Come on out that corner. Come on, preacher, because you can't hide. Mind of Elijah. Elijah tried to run down there and get on a sycamore tree, y'all. Keep on trying to hide from him. I tried it, y'all. I tried to run over here and run over there. God let me run right into the belly of the great fish. That pillow institution. I had to preach. Now, I preach so much down now, Pastor Vincent, I call you pastor. The fish got sick and spit me out. Been running ever since like Jonah. Hey, not a 3-day, one-day journey, baby, I'm running. And I ain't tired yet. Because I'm trying to get God's people to know that he's bigger than all that, y'all. If he can make a penal institution spit a man out that has 60 years, not 2, 3 years, 3, 4 months, 60. I was so angry. I said, God, how you let these folks give me 60 years? God said, what they mean for your bad? See, God had to give my undivided attention. Believe me, he'll get it. Don't adhere to him. Don't know that he's bigger than all that. He'll put you in a situation that you would know him just like I know him. People used to laugh at me when I came out because my answer was, yes, Lord. Every time I went to church, yes, Lord, because I've been beat beyond. I know my mama used to wait till we go to bed in them drawers and she come and get us. Wake us up. Then we didn't have no daddy, but we had a big brother. One, we showed him on our oldest brother to get a hold to us. Tell you something, you don't want daddy to work with you. Everything I do, I say, God, I don't know nothing about this. Teach me. Show me how to walk in and out amongst your people. Show me how to represent you in word, deed, spirit, and in truth. And he teaches me a long life now way. Each and every day. Ain't none of us don't be perfected in it. We're all growing into his grace. The Bible says we're going from glory to glory. Amen. But when this man brought his son, Jesus asked him, do you believe? He said, if you believe, all things is possible to him that believe. And because he believed that God was bigger, his son got some deliverance. People don't want their children saved, but they don't believe God is bigger. God started dealing with them, taking them down so they can look up. We want to run over there and intervene, getting all in God's business. Told somebody not long ago, hey, I ain't going to get in God's business. You better stay out of his business. They didn't listen. Now they got with the children. Because they didn't listen. They God saved my child. Then God started to move with his mighty hand. The God that's bigger. He started to bring some things about. But we don't want to wait on his promise to be fulfilled. Did you not read that you and your house should be saved? Why you can't trust a God that's bigger than the universe? Why you can't believe his word? Jeremiah 3:32-27 say, thank you, Lord. We need to know that God is above all, in all, and through all. God is in all of us. He said every man gonna be without excuse. Because his individual attributes are clearly seen. Because in the time we get in that mirror, we're looking at God. Because we're created in his image and his likeness. And he said that everyone gonna be without excuse because his word ain't up in heaven. There's somebody say, who's gonna go up there and get it for us and bring it back down to us? It ain't on the seat that somebody say, who's gonna go over there and get it for us? He said the word is even nigh in thy heart. He said that he wrote his word up on the tablets of stones and all, but he had put it in the heart of man. Every man know. That's why the sinner man know how Christians supposed to live. They'll tell you how you supposed to live, what you ain't supposed to be doing. Because the word is in them. Therefore, they without excuse. When that awesome day comes, when that one that's bigger than the universe come back, they're going to be without excuse. How are we going to make an excuse before him? Moses tried it. I can't speak, Lord. God said, I'm going to send you some help. God don't gave us some help. He gave us some helpmates. The rule and the reign on this earth. And we still trying to make excuses why we can't do what he told us to do. And we know the situations he has brought us out of. We know we can help somebody else to make it through that situation. But we want to sit on the gospel. Sit on this power of God that's bigger than the universe. This extraordinary God. Everybody going to tell folks about Jesus. I tell you, I got to tell them. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. What else is it to talk about other than Jesus? But in 32 verse 27 it said, behold, I am the Lord God, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? Jeremiah said, now, I know he's this God that's bigger. Now, I want y'all to know something. God said, I am the creator of all flesh. Isn't anything too hard for me? There's nothing too hard for the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. There's nothing too hard for the God of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Because he takes impossible situations to bring about miraculous situations. Then we dare to believe what he's saying, that he's bigger. God said, see, I deal with the Old Testament a lot because it was written for our example. And if you look in all of the books of the Bible in the New Testament, them preachers of Jesus Christ, them apostles, what did they already reflect back to? The Old Testament patriarchs. To let you know that this God that's bigger ain't changed. Yeah. This God that's bigger than everything that you can come against. This God that shut the mouth of lions in the den for Daniel. The God that watched over the three little Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they were cast into a burning fiery furnace. The same God that told old Abram, get up and get away from your kindred. I want to take you somewhere, boy. I want to take you to a land flowing with milk and honey. He said, if you're a baby, I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to make you the father of all nations. Abraham got up. Sometimes we try to take folks with it. Everybody can't come where God taking us to. They're going to be a hindrance to you. Yeah, I love all my family members to be saved, but I don't need you to follow me if God ain't sent you this way. Because you ain't going to obey. You're going to be stubborn. You're going to look at me as a brother instead of the messenger of God. It ain't about no family here, baby. It's about God and the things of God. I ain't playing church. When you're dealing with the church, you come to me as an apostle. God's messenger. That's what an apostle is sent for one. He sent me back to this earth when I died in 1987. They said, who gave you the authority to be an apostle? The God that's bigger than the universe. You got a problem with it, go talk to him about it. Because he don't convince me I am what he said that I am. Just like he convinced Paul, Peter, John, all of them. And he will convince you. Just keep on living.
Preach.
But God wants us to remember that he's bigger. I'm reminded Paul, who came against the church, was once Saul, who considered himself to be the least of all apostles, became one of the greatest apostles that ever walked on the face of this earth. He wrote over a third of the New Testament. Paul was in prison. Paul was a killer, y'all. God said, I take the foolish thing to conform the wise. They say, could anything good come out of West Dallas? Hey, you're looking at it.
Come on, man. Preach up.
Man said it can't. They consider us as rejects. They try to ostracize like they did John when they put him on the island of Patmos.
All right.
Lock him up, throw away the key. They ain't no good to society. Try to treat them like animals. But the God that's bigger said, no, not that one, that one belong to me. Because I'm going to mark you. I'm going to put my seal on them. That one you can't have. The devil been trying to kill many of us. I'm talking about us mans, we know. I don't have to jump out some windows just to get away. Because we thought we was God's guilty witness. Oh, I know I've been there. Had guns snapped in my face. God said, no, not that one. I got a plan and a purpose for me. I didn't understand it at first. But I'm so glad that I know that he's bigger, y'all. God said, I need you to take him back. Just like the Apostle Paul did. Apostle Paul became a servant of Jesus Christ. He was called by God before the foundation of the world. And Paul, he would always go back on missionary journeys to make sure that the people that he had shared the good news with were still standing on the doctrine of Christ. He would often go, that's where he got the word missionary from. That's where they got that word missionary from. A missionary was a journey. He went on a missionary journey to revive, rekindle the church. And Paul, there's a thing taking place at the church in Rome. So Paul, he went back to Rome, y'all. Now you got to understand what was taking place in Rome then. Oh boy, it was a mess, because Rome, I tell you, you had those soldiers. They were doing some stuff, man. You had the world government system, just like you got today. There's some stuff going on. But he wanted to make sure the church was still yet holding on, like Carlton Pearson once said. Are you holding on, mother? Keep on holding on. The same one said that the devil came in deceit. Now he got a new doctrine called conclusion. Show you how the devil works. That's why that Bible says, study to show yourself approved. A word need not be said. Because that devil, the Bible said the last day, they're going to be markers and scorners. Marking the word of God. Saying it ain't got the power to do what God said it could do. Saying you can't do what God said you could do. Trying to mock God. Hey, this God bigger now. All right. God said, Paul sent Paul down there to remind the church. See, we often need to be reminded of this God that's bigger. Because we don't forget about who he is. The one that set the whole wheel in motion. The one that set the redemption for mankind in motion. To reconcile man back to his creator. Right. To call him back to his true identity. See, the devil mad, y'all, because he said, what is man that you so mindful of him? All right. You don't make him Lord and angelic. Angelic is a supernatural being. We are human beings. You don't put him over your inheritance. What was God inherited? The earth? I ain't walking down here beneath my privilege. Y'all can say what you want to. I sit in heavenly places in Christ Jesus. Guess what they put the devil up under my feet? Right. Y'all gotta learn how to get him down there and stroke his head. You gotta crush that devil, because he'll take you and your family out. He's trying to take our family because it represents Christ in the church. He knows the power that's in unity. So that's why he try to come against your family. Try to bring all kind of horror. But Paul went down there and he wanted the church to remember about their forefather, which is our forefather. I'm talking about our father, the one that was called Abram. But God changed his name. God can change your name. He said he'll give you a new name. He said you ain't no longer be called Abram, but you're going to be called Abraham, the father of many nations. This is our forefather. If we believe on the Son of Jesus Christ through faith, Abraham is our father. You go back to any culture you want to go back to. Talk to a man the other day. Everybody wants God to be a certain color. Don't y'all know he's an eternal being, a spiritual being? Huh? How you gonna try to put a color on him? Oh, God was black. He was this, he was white, he was this. You still coming. You don't even know him. You don't know this God that big. Because he's a supernatural being, a spiritual being, a self-existent one. He said don't make no graven image. See, we get back to the commandments. That's breaking one of the commandments. We don't put something up here and we worshiping it more than we worship God. That's what's wrong in the church today. People are worshiping the pastor more than they worshiping God. Without God, there will be no pastor. Say it, baby. I know you hear it now. Without God, there is no pastor. God is the one that equips us and make us his representatives. And remember who we represent. We represent told me yesterday as I was preaching over there. I said, God told me don't never have no appreciation. We get so caught up in this world system. Now we can honor you for the service you give. We can even bless you as God allows. But we perform these rituals. I call them rituals because it ain't in the book. Show me where they had appreciation for Jesus. Huh? They ain't had no appreciation for Jesus. It's only one incident where they did something for Jesus when he was going to die for the sins of the world. They were laying all this stuff before him as he rode in on a donkey. He didn't come in no Cadillac or no Bentley or no jets. He said, I appreciate you for what? Who you died for lately. We're giving the pastor more than we're giving God. You ain't giving me nothing because that's not my money. He said, bring it to my storehouse that it might be meat for them that have need. That's why we can help those brothers and sisters that are in need. We don't touch the money, but God bless us. He said, work and I'll pay. Oh, he's good, y'all. Look at me now. God did this. From the penitentiary. From the Lord's common denominator work. Because he's good, y'all. God can take an impossible situation and bring about a miraculous situation. But he wanted the Roman church to know and remember about their God. Yeah, we're going to get through this and we're going to let you go because I know y'all want to eat. We're going to give you some natural food to go with this spiritual food. I thank God because I love y'all. He showed know how to love on his people. And I thank him for his love. Romans chapter 4. And Paul wanted to remind the people of God's covenant that he made with Abraham. See, the covenant was made with Abraham, who was the father of all that believe on Jesus Christ. If you don't believe on Jesus Christ or Abraham, ain't your father. Now I want to remind you in the 4th chapter, we're going to read the 3rd verse and then we're going to drop down. Talk about Abraham. He said, for what said the scripture? Abraham believed God. See, because Abraham believed God, like we believe God sent his son, at least we say, to die for the sins of the world. See, that's what I was telling y'all about calling the prison, come up with that conclusion doctrine. That's an unorthodox teaching that's been brought into the house of God. He said in the last days, they're going to be lying, deceiving doctrines in the earth.
All right. Preach.
And he tell them, yeah, Jesus came to die for the sins of the world. Yeah, he did. He did do that. But it is the gift of God. See, it has to be received by faith, through faith and in faith. Just because he came to die for it, if you don't accept God's redemption plan that he laid down for man and acknowledge that you was guilty of death, that your penalty was death, but Jesus stepped in and took your place. And if you confess with your mouth and believe with your heart that Jesus came, bled, and died for the redemption of your sins, because the Bible says, without the shedding of blood, there is no remission of sin. Right. If we go back to the book, just think about it. Everything God made was good. What a flaw in nothing God made. And he took us, man, that's created in his image and his likeness, and he placed us over his inheritance. He gave us one commandment. Don't eat from the tree in the midst of the garden. Then he looked at us, I'll shut this because let me tell you something, man. Oh, we thank God for our spouse to keep your mind and your head, stay fixed on Jesus. That man let his wife, he seen that man with all along. God loved us so much, man. We so ignorant. God loved us enough. He gave us something to help us carry out our responsibility and plan on earth. He gave us a woman. Brought her to us and said, what you gonna name this? And I don't let you name all everything else I created. What you gonna name? I said, woo! I can see I was leaving and jumping, y'all. What is this? Got me feeling so good on the inside. sin made me want to run on in the house. He said, I call her woman because she's bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. So Adam had a helpmate to help him to be everything that God had created him to be. He told them that all they had to do was to eat from everything that they needed was already provided for them. But they shouldn't touch that tree in the midst of the garden. Now the serpent didn't come to Adam because Adam named the serpent. Adam knew all about him. So he knew what he could do and what he couldn't do. So he went to his weakness. The devil always tries to go to our weakness to get us. Thank God for my wife. She said, baby, whatever God say, that's what it is. She don't question it. She don't doubt it. She believes that I'm God's representative. I'm God's messenger in this time and season. And she said, baby, God said it. I thank God for helpmate. He gave us these helpmates to fulfill our destiny. But Adam let his wife persuade him to disobey God and eat from the tree. And look at us. We sit up there and mess up. First thing we want to do, the woman. And all actuality, you telling God, it's your fault. It's your fault I can't be what you said that I am. Because this woman, she's slowing me down. What they got to do with you? God said, you better do what I told you to do. You get in place, she don't follow. Because you the head. I called you to lead out, to represent me. But we waiting on the woman. And because of that, there's some stuff going on in the church. Because see, something about the women's are emotional. It's easy for them to get caught up. I want to teach you something today. See, that's why so much going on. I seen the whole church destroyed because of it. Because when a woman gets some authority, it goes to her head. God didn't make you the head. He made you the helpmate. So these women, they get all in their emotions. Then they want to control. And the woman finna lead me nowhere. Oh, mama can preach to me and she can teach me the word of God and she's the spirit of God. But if she in submission to the order that God gave with her, she can't tell me nothing. I'm going to tell you the God honest truth because I don't read the book. But the point is, God chose us, man, to represent him. And he gave us something to help us carry out our responsibility. That's why the Bible said, him that found a wife found a good thing to obtain his favor from the Lord. I thank you for his favor. We have to know God is bigger, y'all. We have to know that there's no situation that's impossible with God. If God said it, that settles it. Just find yourself doing it. First thing I did was a deacon, like deacon. I had come off Crack City. These folks don't put me in the church in a room by myself, counting the money. Oh yeah, that devil came. He said, I'm going to get you a little bit. But that fear of God came to us and said, hey. He said, they ain't going to know. I said, you can get you a little bit because God won't know. When about to touch that money, I feared God. Deacon, God still trying to bring me to the next level. I let the devil deceive me, give me back in the world. But God in his love and his infinite mercy, he gave me another chance. Had to go through some things, but he gave me another chance. And I'm grateful for it. But see, your confidence don't have to be in man. Your confidence needs to be in God. You need to believe God. The God that's bigger, you need to believe and have confidence in him. It's so good to me. I got so much to tell, but I can't tell it all. Because I know y'all won't eat. Let's jump down to the 13th verse, because the 18th verse, because Moses wanted them to be reminded of this God that is bigger. Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20 say, now to him who's able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above anything that we ask or think. It's some things that I think and desire. I just be thinking it, y'all, and God bring it to pass. Because he know our thoughts are far off. I was telling somebody yesterday, I say, the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. He know everything you have need of. Don't you think he want to bless you with home car? He don't want want you to get caught up in this stuff down here because we just passing through here. And all we got to do is seek him first. And all these other things going to be added unto us.
All right.
But he wanted the people to know that this God is still the same, y'all. Let me take you back and remind you about our forefather Abraham. Let me take you back and remind you that when God came to visit him, that's in the 18th chapter. Y'all ain't got to go there, but that's in the 18th chapter of Genesis. God came to visit Abraham after Abraham got up and did what God said do. He got up and got away from his kindred. And he followed God not knowing where he's going. See, that's what faith is all about. Faith is the substance of things, the evidence of things, the substance of things, hope for the evidence of things not seen. See, it can't be seen with the natural eyes. But you have to walk by faith and not by sight. God, I don't know where I'm going. I didn't know where I was going, but I got up and did something about it. I learned to pick up my cross and follow. God, where you go, I follow. Where you lead, I go. I had to do that in order to get to where I am today. But this ain't even compared to what God taking us to. He said we go from glory to glory. But, Abraham, the Lord came to visit him. Abraham was an old man. See, we get caught up in this world system. My wife be laughing. She said, "Boy, quit talking like that." Because she know I'm a man of faith. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't care what man say. I know what God said. And if God said it, I don't care if they go there and take every argument. People talking about history record, man. Let them take them out. The God that put everything there is able to do it again. I dare you to try. You be walking around here, OBYG, but what happened? God that never said it, that settles it. Right. I be messing with my wife. She said, "Baby, quit talking about that. Quit talking about that." I said, "Baby, we going to OBYG, we go out there to the party, we taking you back there to the liver." Because God is bigger, and if God said it, that settles it with me. I'm just crazy enough to believe it. If God, who said, can make a whole valley of dry bones come together, that stuff ain't just written just to be written. It's written for us to be reminded of how big he is, how great he is, what he can do if we believe him. Said Abraham believed God. Because when them angels came to talk away, Abe knew something was peculiar about these folks. He ran out there and met them. Can y'all not just pass by my house? Let me just wash your feet. Shoot, these days they don't want to wash your feet, give you a piece of bread or nothing else. We used to, back in the old days, we can go next door, get a whole carton of eggs, whole milk, a whole pig if need be. Now you go ask your neighbor, I ain't got it. Lie? No, they got it. But they don't regard about how big the God of the universe is. They worry about they ain't gonna have enough for them and their family. Well, I take mine and just give it away. I'll spend over $500 these last 2 days. I don't care about it. Because my covenant never run dry. It just keeps coming. I love blessing folks. Because God said it's more better to give than to receive. We want so much, but we give so little. God said, release people come there. Man come there last week. God said, go down there and pray for him. Put $50 in his hand. I'm telling you about God, ain't glory about me because I ain't got nothing. Everything I got to belong to the Lord. But before I put the $50 in his hand, the man was broken, crying right there. God had broken it. Just been encouraging the man, God ain't forgot about you. He know exactly where you at. He allowed you to go through because you ain't said yes yet. God is looking for the church to say yes today. It's time to stop playing. Because people are dying and slipping into eternal hellfire. And we know that he's bigger. We know that he's great. But we worried about our credentials. I need to go down here and go to theologian school, seminary, Amen. And now one of them. This wisdom, this knowledge come from God. That's bigger. God take foolish things to conform to wise. Don't worry about your ability. Just make it a capability. God, I'm available. No, availability. God, I'm available to you for whatever you want to do. Here I am. Use me, Lord. When I said that, he began to take me to the new dimensions. But God wanted to remind the people, and I want to remind you today about this same God of our forefather Abraham. When God went down there, the man was 99 years old, and his wife was about 90. Yeah. And because he believed God, the Bible said that it was imputed to him for righteousness. Because he believed the word of God. And God told Abraham, this time next year, I'm going to come and visit you and your wife, Sarah. She's going to conceive and bring forth a child. Now, y'all look at the miracles in the book. God ain't changed them. Think about Mary and Elizabeth. Elizabeth was old too. So don't care nothing about your age, your condition, or nothing else. God is bigger than all that. Oh, I can't get nothing. We trying to stop with God. Oh, I'm going to get them tied up, zipped up, and clipped up. Then we wonder why our body is going through what it's going through. Because you're trying to be in God's business. He put you here to reproduce. I was talking to one sister, I said, what if God give you a baby? She said, Brother Clues, I just cry. I'll obey it, just bring it on, but I just cry. Because God needs the people to know that he's still the same God that's bigger. Because somewhere we don't lost our faith in God. Lost our confidence in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We think that he ain't the same, but that he ain't able to do what he said he would do. So God had to allow some miracles to take place in order for us to believe again. Don't worry, baby. But Abraham, he received the word of God. But his old wife, she was in the tent door, listen. Y'all know the wife watch us, boy. My wife said, who's that? I said, oh, that was sister. Oh, yeah, believe she watching you, mama. Because you her Boaz, she ain't gonna let you get away. She went through much to get you. She know what God don't place in you. That's why she with you. See, because they see what others couldn't see. Well, because God would allow them to see because they want the right product for what he want to bring forth. Thank you, Jesus.
All right. That's it.
But Abraham received Sarah. Should I indeed laugh?
Come on now.
Angels heard why Sarah laughing. You don't believe what I'm telling you? Sarah said, and laugh, lying. I tell my wife, like when I say, sin and catch your fun, you want to go keep your loan, you want to stay because you want more than you willing to pay, play with it. I dare you, I've been there. Ain't going back there. I can assure you that. Know too much about him without him, and I can't do without him.
Come on.
But God said, that's all right, she can laugh because it's still going to come. And y'all know how we try to help God out because I doubt. Abraham the second time. Abraham let his wife talk him into going to the handmaid. But it's good for something else. Y'all know how we used to be before God got a hold to it. Ooh, yes, Lord. Girl, you sure you want me going to your handmaid and give her a child? You can bring him on your knee? Because she doubted. She didn't believe God's word. But Abraham, even though he believed, he still listened to his wife and went over there and got Hagar and laid with her. That's where Israel come from, the nation of Islam. For those that don't know, let me help you out a little bit. Still fighting for to be the promised child. No, the promised child is the one that God promised. That'll be Isaac. So, Abraham, I just want to share this story because we need to be reminded on how big our God is. So Abraham, we went over there, and then a whole bunch of chaos started. The oldest child started barking at the little boy. Sarah seen it, she got mad. So Abraham, you need to put that woman and her child out of here. Get rid of her. Abraham boy, this is my firstborn. You want me to go send him out there? Don't know what's going to become of him. God came and told Abraham, obey your wife Sarah. You listen to that, and then pay attention to what I told you. You better listen. You better listen. Thank God for your wife. My wife let me know, hey, baby, you sure? Talk to God now. Thank God for a praying wife. Well, God don't give us some good help. We should have no problem carrying out what he told us to do. So, make a long story short, Abraham did what God told him, put him out. Hagar out there crying. Oh no, Abraham was crying for the Lord. God told him, I'm going to make him a great nation too. 12 descendants going to come from him. So he's going to be a rough man. He's going to be against his brother. Go and read the book. It's in there. Y'all want to know why the nation of Islam come against Christianity? Because of that right there. Go back and read it. A lot of them don't even know what the nation of Islam come from. They just run around worshiping something they don't even know what they worship. That's the bound child. That ain't the promised child. So anyway, I'm about to get in this. It's good to me. Abraham. After all that, now I believe God now, y'all. What is it going to take for you to know that he's bigger? Yeah? In the 18th verse, it tells us about Abraham. Abraham believed God, even though he wouldn't do what he wanted to do, because that was his flesh talking to him, y'all. Like some of our flesh get us in troubles a lot of time with God, our wives, and everything. The Bible said in the 18th verse, who against hope, against all odds, against everything that was surrounding him, against hope, believed in hope, that he might become the father of many nations, according to that which was spoken. So shall thy seed be. Because Abraham believed, we have access back to the throne room of God. Because he believed the word of God, that Isaac can come forth, the promised child, that the descendant of God's promised child was going to come down through. Say it came down through 42 generations. Why? Because God is bigger. God seen the big picture. Said against everything that was impossible. We just had a situation with my daughter. Spine crooked. We sit right here and watch God straighten that baby back up. See, what I'm going to tell you something about disobedience. Children obey your mother and your father. When you start being disobedient, God allows things to come back on. Because you need to know that he's bigger. Oh, I'm going to let you know who I am, sugar, since you don't believe dad and mama. Wife has started dreaming that God finna take her baby. She said, baby, God don't show me finna take her. I started interceding. Because them babies got a call on their life. See, we don't train up a child in the way they should go. The boy, they got their own decision to make in life. At least I know I did what I was supposed to do. And in the end, if they turn back to that word, they're going to be saved. But it's a choice, a free will. God ain't going to, he can make all of us serve. Believe me, God is bigger. He can make us all serve. Trust me. But he wants us to choose to serve him. Said against everything that was scientifically proven, like they say, after a certain age, I think it's like 45, 50, I don't know. My mama had us when she was like in her 43, my sister. I tell you, back then they didn't have no problems doing what God said. Each generation they say, boy, they ain't having nothing with you. Then what you telling God, I ain't gonna do what you put me here to do. Because that's what you're doing. Then we get mad because the Mexican is flourishing. They walk around 2 on the hip, 3 following behind. You know how the nation of Israel became so mighty? It's because they allowed God to do what he had put them to do. Even in their captivity, they was having babies. That pharaohs got scared. Man, let us start putting these children to death. They having too many. What they do with us? Let us start locking them up. It's too many of them. We used to be the minority. Now we're the least.
Tell the truth.
Why? Because we don't want to believe God's word. We don't want to believe that he's bigger. Oh, I ain't having that many children. It's too hard out here right now. If God give them to you, he going to get a man or me to go out there and take care of, because he don't want to know how to go get it. My wife tells me, baby, I know you're a good daddy. I wouldn't have no child for you, but don't do that, baby. Don't do that. I love my wife. But it ain't what I said, it's what God said. I tell her all the time. She said, man, don't be doing that. Quit talking like that. My kids, they just be laughing. But they know I'm so serious. But against hope, we believe in hope. That's where we got to be, y'all. Against all odds. They say we couldn't do this. We couldn't do that. They tell us we can't preach without a certificate. You didn't call me, you didn't choose me, so you can't tell me what I can and can't do. You ain't got to come to hear me, but I'm going to proclaim it. Well, I thought you were supposed to have a theology or doctrines or something. I got King Jesus. The doctors are all doctor. The bomb that's in Gilead. What more do I need? I got the God that's bigger than all the universe. In the 19th verse it says, being not weak in faith. We got folks getting weak in the faith. They giving up. They backpedaling. They doing the electric slide. They falling out the church. Then when they got a need, you know what they do? Run to the church. Brother, can you pray for me? So, no, a sister that got in a situation, left the church. I seen her before she leave, talked to her. Me and my wife sat down and talked to her. Because she didn't want to die. I told her quit running down there touching all on that man in the penal institution. Bring them demons up in here, and I'm going to have to lay and sweat and cast them out, trying to keep them off me. But I ain't bringing nothing back to my sanctuary. Get them out of here, y'all. This is real. Y'all can take it for a joke. We are spiritual beings. And we deal with nothing but spirits. Yeah. They don't want to teach this in the church. That's why so many folks are bound in the church. Yeah. He said that he came to set the captives free. Yeah. Weak. They becoming weak. Abraham wasn't weak in faith. He considered not his own body. He wasn't worried about his condition. Oh, y'all know when we started. Oh, you 50 yet, Nelson? All right, wait, brother. You ain't seen nothing. Just get there. I'll be talking to him. Wait a minute, Lord. Brother needs some help now. Yeah, I'm telling you. They don't teach this. See, I'm telling you something. That's why there's so much going on in the church. That's why they're doing wives swipes in the church. Wives. Y'all see that show? Swapping wives. They're in the church swapping wives. Never seen a likeness in all my life. Sister, I don't want you, sister. Hang on no more. I'm going to go over here and get Sister Delilah. Don't know she's going to dot my liver and take me straight to hell. Read Proverbs, it's in there. Because the grass always look green on the other side until you get there.
All right.
I ain't weak in my faith. Consider not my own body. I don't consider my body because I know God is greater. And while we talk to my wife, boy, I love the Lord. I'm telling you now. Because he's been good to me. Everything that he promised me, that ain't came to pass, it will come. I'm waiting on it. With expectation, because it's going to bring about some manifestation. Because why? I know he's bigger, y'all. Considering his own body dead, when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah womb. That's why my wife said, leave her alone. Baby, I'm 50. I'm going to be 50. We know our body's going to go through some things, but that don't change who God is. No. Look at Wilson and his wife. They got a brand new little baby. It might didn't come from, but he still gave him a baby. Take care of this one. Then we take you back. You might be getting ready for something else. I don't know. I ain't heard him say that. I'm just letting you know. My mom that said, She said, that's it. Well, I tell you. But anyway, glory be to God, but God put that baby where it needs to be for it to receive the love that it needs to receive. I thank God for that baby and that family. It's a beautiful thing. I love kids because kids are God's gift to humanity. That's why Jesus says, suffer not the little kids come unto me, for such is the kingdom. Some of us need to be like the little children in our attitude, our behavior, and our conduct. Little kids, they can get into it, they're going to be friends the next minute. They say, he staggered not at the promise of God through unbelief. I told you I know too much about him to doubt him, and I can't live without him. He staggered through unbelief at the promise of God, but he was strong in faith, giving glory to God. We got to continue to be strong in faith and give glory to God. And be fully persuaded that what he had promised, he also is able to perform it. So what I mean by that, preacher, what do you mean? If God said something about you, or spoke something concerning you, it's going to be what he said it's going to be. Now it's up to you on what you have to go through for God to do what he's going to do anyhow. It's totally up to us because he's bigger, y'all. And I'm telling you, oh, we thought we were some good fighters. I know I did. Because they used to always think that I was big versus I was slow. Didn't know I was swift and quick. I tell you, man, God is good. And we got to, against all hope, believe in hope. All odds. I don't care what it look like, seem like, what you think about it, how you feel about it. Against all that, you got to believe in hope. In who? In God. Believe in God. And it say, don't be weak in your faith. Be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. And some stuff don't happen. People come, they going, I ain't going to tell you it don't affect me because I want everybody to get everything that God got for them. But I know it's a choice. They have to choose whom they going to serve. As for me and mine, we going to serve the Lord. Ain't no your fans and busting out. And it says, and don't stagger at God's promise. Just because it ain't came, don't mean that it ain't gonna come. Don't be like a drunk man. Oh God, I can't wait on you, so I'm finna go work it out myself. Y'all want to work it out? You'll find out he's still bigger. Because this is stuff gonna happen that could have been prevented if you just waited on him. Whatever you do, don't ever doubt God's word with unbelief. If God said it, that tells it. You ain't got to worry about it. It's coming. The devil trying to take you out that you never reach your full potential. But thank God for Jesus. And be persuaded. Whatever comes, if God said it, that tells that I believe it. And I'm going to wait on the promise, God. I pray that y'all see some. Again, I thank y'all for coming out. If anyone needs prayer, now's the time. My thing is let go and let God. That became my anthem when I was in prison. Let go and let God. See, I had to let go because I had got myself in a situation. They were going to take a God bigger than me to get me out of it. Because I had messed up. Went against all the law. The laws, therefore, they don't break the law. It'll help you understand God's law a little better. Go against the law. He'll make a believer out of you. But if anyone needs prayer, I just hope that you be persuaded to continue to obey God.